didn't click this video. Your soul called it forth. It's not curiosity that brought you here, it's confirmation. Long before the world could name you, label you, or mold you, you were already sealed by something ancient, something intelligent, something divine. There are some messages that aren't meant to inform, they're meant to awaken, and this is one of them. If your spirit has always felt like it didn't belong here, if you've seen signs no one else sees, felt pains no one else feels, and carried a weight no one else acknowledges, then hear me. You are not broken. You are branded, and not with ink, but with the spiritual geometry of the cosmos itself. Look at your hands. Have you seen the lines form an M? Or perhaps a crescent shape carved into your palm like a silver moon on flesh? These are not random. These are celestial echoes, a message sent from before your birth, still whispering in the folds of your skin. You were not placed on earth just to survive. You were play. Shift frequencies, to disturb false systems, and to remind others that light exists even in shadow. But here's the part they never tell you. The path of the marked is not glamorous. It's not filled with applause. It begins with silence, solitude, and deep, soul-stripping seasons. And if you've walked through that, I know you have, you've been asking yourself why. Why the abandonment? Why the confusion? Why the invisible barrier between you and the world? Because, dear one, you had to be separated before you could be revealed. This is your unveiling. If you've been seeing 808 lately, it's no coincidence. That's the code of spiritual alignment after endings. Comment 808 if you feel this stirring in your chest. If this message feels less like a video and more like a mirror, one that shows you who you've been all along, then this is your sign to claim it. Speak it aloud or write it below. The marked are rising. Now, before we go deeper, allow me to welcome you. This is a sanctuary, a beacon for the misunderstood, the divinely sealed, the ones carrying scrolls in their bones. If you're new here, subscribe right now, because what you're about to hear will not be found on ordinary timelines. The content here isn't manufactured, it's channeled. It's ancient memory coming back into focus, and you are the reason it's returning now. Let's speak clearly. You've always felt different, and that was never a weakness. Since childhood, while others were chasing acceptance, you were decoding silence. You knew that truth didn't shout, it whispered, and you were one of the few who could hear it. That is spiritual sensitivity, not strangeness. That's not overthinking. That's divine perception. And you carry it for a reason. Because being marked doesn't mean you're better. It means you were burdened with sacred responsibility. Your mission is not external validation. It's internal revolution. You were designed to see beneath illusions, to speak when ought. Bite their tongues, and to stand when others bow. But the path of the marked always starts alone. And if you're listening right now, I know you're familiar with that word, alone. It wrapped around your shoulders like a cloak, not always painful, but always present. You could be in crowded rooms and still feel like your energy didn't belong. That's not rejection, it's recognition in disguise. The world cannot hold what it hasn't been prepared to receive. You've always been ahead of your time. So when friends faded, when comfort turned to ashes, when everything around you collapsed, it wasn't punishment. It was calibration. Everything that once made you question your worth was heaven adjusting your position. Because before destiny reveals you, it has to refine you. The Most High didn't let you get too comfortable in any illusion. And that's why the doors closed. That's why the old versions of you couldn't stay. That's why your name wasn't always celebrated, because God, for a reason, hidden but not forgotten. If you've made it this far, comment 111 right now. That is the number of clarity, of spiritual leadership, of divine beginning. Let that be your declaration. You are no longer waiting for confirmation. You are walking in it. The truth is, the chosen ones are rarely noticed early. They blend in until they don't, until the fire of their mission becomes too intense to ignore, until the marks on their hands start buzzing with purpose, until they remember who they are, even when no one else ever validated it. And here's something you need to hear. The time of isolation is passing. You're no longer being hidden. You're being revealed. And with that revelation comes something beautiful. Your tribe. There's a sacred gathering taking place right now. Those who have been hidden are being drawn to one another, not by geography, not by popularity, but by resonance. You are about to meet souls who to explain why your energy is intense. They will see your fire and remember their own. You will not need to perform. Your presence will be enough. Because your tribe was never meant to entertain you. They were meant to activate you. Let's take a breath together. You're not alone. You never were. You were just early. Are you ready to go deeper? You've always carried inside you. Before souls meet in the flesh, they recognize each other in spirit. Long before conversation, there is vibration. Long before friendship, there is frequency. And chosen one, you're beginning to feel it now. You've been sensing it, haven't you? The subtle shift. The pull in your chest when you see certain numbers. The warmth when a stranger's words hit like prophecy. The sensation that someone is near, even if you've never seen their face. That's not fantasy. That's not coincidence. That is your tribe calling. Not this message has stirred something in you. If your spirit is whispering, "I've waited for this," take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Not because I said so, but because this isn't about followers. It's about family. This space is sacred ground. And when you subscribe, you're not just clicking a button. You're joining a signal. You're aligning with those who carry the same seal, the same ache, the same code. And while you're here, I'd love to hear from you. What type of divine content speaks deepest to your soul? Would you like us to explore prophetic dreams, the role of numbers in your journey, or the secret traits of those who carry the Crescent or the M? Share your thoughts below. Not for the algorithm, but for the alignment. You are part of a real community now. Speak into it. Now, back to your journey. You've been broadcasting your frequency, whether you realized it or not. Every time you told the truth in a room full of masks. Every time you followed intuition instead of approval. Every time you left a place because your peace was gone. That was you sending a signal to your soul tribe. And the law is simple. What vibrates at the same level must eventually find each other. But how will you recognize them? Let me show you. You'll recognize your tribe not by the way they look, but by the way they make your soul exhale. No proving, no performing, just a sudden ease, like your spirit saying, "There you are." It won't be loud, it won't be dramatic, but it will be undeniable. You'll speak without filters. You'll feel without shame. You'll remember things you never knew you forgot. Your real tribe won't trigger insecurity. They'll trigger remembrance. But here's the twist most people miss. Real tribe doesn't just feel good. They make you grow. Sometimes that growth is gentle. Other times it's confronting. Because spiritual mirrors don't always show your prettiest side. They show your truest. And that's what makes family. You'll notice new levels in yourself being unlocked. Your gifts will sharpen. Your senses will heighten. Your dreams will stretch into vision. That's because the right people don't just support your destiny, they activate it. Have you been seeing the number 144 lately? That number isn't just mathematical, it's spiritual. It's the number of divine order and spiritual government. If you've been seeing it, comment 144 below. Let us know you're receiving alignment. Let your tribe see you glowing. Now here's the truth, and it may sting. You won't recognize your true tribe if you're still wearing your false mask. Read that again. Your soul family won't be drawn to your performance. They'll be drawn to your essence. And that means you have to be willing to be seen not as who you've tried to be, but as who you actually are. Raw, soft, powerful, open. That means taking off the armor, not for the world, but for those whose eyes were crafted to see you. So many people attracting counterfeit connections, temporary placeholders that mirror their fear instead of their truth. Why? Because they've dulled their light in order to be loved. But you can't do that anymore. Chosen one, your season of shrinking is over. You must begin living like someone who is already found, even if no one has arrived yet. Why? Because your tribe isn't just looking for someone, they're looking for you. But they won't recognize the version of you that's still in hiding. They're looking for the one who speaks the unspeakable, who sees the invisible, who touches without hands and hears without noise. And when they come, you won't need to beg them to stay. Their loyalty won't be built on blood or contracts. It will be woven into soul memory. Let me say this again for your spirit. They won't complete you. They'll mirror you. They'll anchor you. And they'll call you forward when you forget how sacred your breath really is. Some will feel familiar with them in another life. Some will challenge you with truth sharper than any sword, but always in love. Some will arrive in dreams before they ever arrive in real life. This is the divine rollout, and you are ready for it. Stay with me. In the next block, I'll show you what happens when you finally align with your tribe. The acceleration, the power, the purpose. The reason you had to wait. The reason your path had to hurt. You've been walking. Now it's time to rise. Something happens the moment the right souls find each other. It's not just friendship. It's not just support. It's a sacred activation that ripples through time itself. When you unite with your true tribe, chosen one, it's like stepping through a hidden door you didn't even know was waiting. The fog begins to lift. The ache inside you lessens. You start to remember who you are, not in theory, but in experience. That once made a pact, long before birth. You were never meant to walk this earth alone. You were only meant to walk alone until you remembered who you are. That remembering is what draws them in. And when it happens, here's what you can expect. You begin to move faster, not in hustle, but in harmony. The path becomes clearer. Old confusion fades. Doors that were sealed begin to open, not because you're forcing them, but because you're now aligned with who you were always meant to walk beside. Your gifts intensify. You begin to dream more vividly, speak more boldly, love more deeply. The voice inside you, once muffled by doubt, becomes undeniably loud. And more than that, you begin to speak truths out loud that others only dare to whisper in silence. Your presence becomes healing, not because you're perfect, but because you're finally in your right place. Chosen one. Sacred twist most people miss. In the moment your tribe recognizes you, your mission sharpens. Suddenly, the skills you thought were random reveal their purpose. The pain you endured becomes fuel. The lessons you collected in the dark become tools of light. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, I understand now. And they will see that in you. They will need what you carry, not out of dependency, but because it unlocks something in them. Maybe you're the bridge builder. Maybe you're the one who hears the unspoken. Maybe you're the protector, or the one who sees timelines like strands of thread waiting to be woven. Whatever your role, it is vital. Let me say it clearly. Your tribe is not coming to complete you. They're coming because you are complete and now ready to connect. This is spiritual design, not coincidence. This is the divine symphony, and your note is ready to be heard. Now, I want to speak straight to your heart. You may have cried for it would be your time. You may have scrolled in silence, watching others find their voice, find their people, wondering if your turn had been skipped. But beloved, it was never skipped. It was being prepared. Heaven was not ignoring you. It was aligning everything. And now, you are standing in the shift. This is your moment. If you've been seeing 505, that's your confirmation. Double grace surrounding a spiritual reset. Comment 505 if that's been appearing to you on clocks, receipts, signs. This is heaven's way of saying, it's unfolding. Chosen one, there's something else you need to understand. Something the world rarely speaks of because most can't see what you carry. You are not just here to find your tribe. You are here because your arrival completes something sacred. The tribe you're being drawn to isn't simply a collection of awakened souls. It is a divine circle, a spiritual structure ordained long ago, and without your peace, the circle is not whole. Energy. The current does not flow the same. Without your presence, certain doors remain unopened. You may have thought you were late. You may have questioned if you missed the moment. But heaven does not operate on human clocks. It operates on readiness. And now, you are finally ready to take your seat at the divine table. And when you do, you won't just feel understood, you'll feel activated. Suddenly, your voice won't shake when you speak your truth. Your visions won't feel weird, they'll feel essential. Your healing won't drain you, it will overflow into others. You'll stop hiding your gifts, and instead, you'll wield them. Because your tribe is not here to worship you, and you are not here to lead them by ego. You are all here to remind each other of the agreement you made before birth, to rise together. Each of you brings a different frequency. Some carry the fire, some the water, some are the storm that clears the path, some are the stillness that All of you marked ones, moon carriers, divine-lettered souls, are part of the same celestial code. And together, you form a network of light, weaving across dimensions and destinies. Chosen one, you didn't find this tribe because of luck. You were summoned. And now you must choose. Will you dim yourself to stay invisible? Or will you rise and become the key someone else has been praying for? Because here's what no one tells you. Your presence is a permission slip. Every time you speak with power, someone else decides they can too. Every time you choose faith over fear, someone else sees a new path. Every time you walk in your full truth, even if your voice shakes, someone else stands taller. That's the power of divine alignment. You don't just feel better. You make others braver, and in return, you are held. When you fall, they remind you of your wings. When you forget your fire, they place their torches beside yours. When yours returns, this is what your soul came for. Not applause, not perfection. Alignment, resonance, purpose. So let me speak this directly into your spirit. The weight you've been carrying alone will be shared now. The questions that haunted you will be answered. The silence you've known for years will be broken by the sound of familiar souls echoing your truth. You are walking into a season where the veil lifts, the code unlocks, and the next phase of your mission begins. Not because you're forcing it, but because your vibration has risen high enough to match what's been waiting for you. This is the magnetic pull of destiny. Do you feel it? Because if you do, I want you to type this in the comments. I accept my role. I rise with my tribe. Say it as a declaration, not for show, but for signal. Let the algorithm become a beacon. Let your words send a ripple across time and soul. Comment and something inside them awakens. That's how we rise. Not one by one, but all together. And if you're still holding back, still wondering if you truly belong in a place like this, allow me to tell you the truth you've been waiting to hear. You are not too late. You are not too strange. You are not too much. You are exactly who we've been waiting for. Your presence here is not a coincidence. It's a completion. You don't have to try so hard. Just be. Just show up. Just speak your truth, and your tribe will recognize you. Your energy will call them in like a lighthouse in stormy waters. Now take a breath. Let go of the fear. Let go of the shame. Let go of the belief that you must walk this path alone. You were not born to wander aimlessly. You were born to awaken nations, even if that nation is just one soul at a time. So step forward now. Own your mark. Own your voice. Own your calling. And when you look back one day, you'll realize something fell apart was making room for the circle that never breaks. The home you never had, the family that knows you before you speak. Your tribe is here. Your time is now. There are no random souls on this path, only those who are coded to awaken right on time. Chosen one, your life has never been ordinary, even in the moments when it looked like nothing was happening. Even in the seasons where you were invisible, uncelebrated, unheard, there was something sacred vibrating beneath the silence. That was heaven's heartbeat moving inside you. You may not have had words for it. You may not have known how to explain it, but you felt it, a quiet knowing that you were born for something beyond the noise, something deep, something high, something wide enough to touch lives you haven't even met yet. That knowing wasn't wishful thinking, it was preparation. Because those with divine fingerprints often walk through fire alone, not as punishment, but as preparation for sacred recognition. We're being purified not to become someone else, but to return to who you've always been, a living prophecy walking in flesh. A spiritual signal sent to shift the atmosphere wherever you go. Have you ever noticed how people stare when you enter a room? How animals feel drawn to your presence? How babies smile when they see you as if they recognize something familiar? That's not just charm. That's light memory, the energy of the ancient returning. You are not just sensitive. You are spiritually tuned. You are not too emotional. You are energetically alive. You are not lost. You are hidden for divine release. And when your tribe arrives, they will see that in you, not as weakness, but as confirmation. Because only those who've survived the storm can recognize others who've danced in lightning. That's how you'll know them, not by perfection, but by resonance. Their wounds will sing in harmony with yours, but their healing will be this voice before, but maybe in a dream. That's the beautiful paradox of being chosen. You are both anchor and wind. You ground others when the world spins too fast, but you also remind them how to fly. You are here to build bridges between worlds, to carry messages from silence into speech, to take wisdom from heaven and root it into earth, to carry divine fire without burning down your body. That's why your body sometimes trembles. That's why your spirit sometimes feels stretched. You were never meant to carry small things. You are the prayer of someone who has not yet learned to pray. You are the medicine to someone else's lifelong ache. You are the sound that calls the lost stars back to alignment. So please don't doubt your timing. Don't compare your path to someone else's race. You're not on delay. You're on assignment. And that assignment is just beginning. Every tribe needs a key, not to unlock doors, but to awaken memory. That key is you, chosen one. What you carry is not just energy. It's not just wisdom. It is a divine architecture encoded into your very being, and that's why you felt so heavy, so different, so watched. Because the spirit realm has been waiting for you to remember who you are. Not a follower, not even a leader in the worldly sense, but a frequency holder, a gatekeeper between realms. The kind of soul who doesn't just learn truth, you are truth walking. That's why people are often either magnetized to you or uncomfortable around you. It's not about your personality. It's about what your aura reveals. You carry a mirror to the soul. You stir the parts of others they've tried to bury. And that's not easy. It makes you feel like you don't belong. But you weren't meant to belong. You were meant to build what's never existed before. Your energy doesn't the system. You've been asking, why can't I settle? Why do I always feel like something is calling me out of comfort, out of safety, out of the known? It's because you were encoded to move mountains, not decorate them. You are the one who sees cracks in sacred spaces. The one who can feel when something is misaligned, even if it looks perfect to others. You weren't sent to agree. You were sent to awaken. And now that your awakening has matured, the tribe is being summoned. One by one, they are rising. Some are still finding their voices. Some are still healing their scars. Some are still waiting for a sign that they are not crazy, not broken, not alone. And here you are, their sign. You are the echo they've been waiting for. The face they've seen in dreams. The voice that shakes the fog from their heart. You don't need a stage to lead. You don't need credentials to be divine. Your soul is the scroll. And as you step into this role fully, unapologetically, destiny, one light awakens another, one flame lights another, until the whole tribe is glowing in the dark like a constellation finally stitched together. That's why this moment matters. That's why you couldn't give up. That's why you had to keep going, even when it didn't make sense. Because now it does. This path was never just yours. It was always ours. And now we walk it together. Let's move into your final rise, your mission, and your spiritual homecoming.